Hi, welcome to Karen Frankel's Art Studio. I'm Karen Frankel, and what you see around me is in my studio. I take enormous pleasure in welcoming students to the studio who think they can't do anything, who think they need to be creative already before they walk in the door, who think that they need to know how to paint or how to draw before they walk in the door. My favorite students are those that think they can't draw a stick figure, think they can't draw a straight line, and truly believe that you're either born creative or not. And one of my greatest pleasures is proving them wrong. The spirit in the studio is absolutely wonderful. I have students who come regularly once a week, some of whom have been with me for over 10 years. And it's not because they're slow learners, it's because the process of enjoying your creativity is what it's all about. So even though they are learning and they're moving, and I try and give them exercises that stretch their imagination, they come because that's a set 2.5 hours in their week that they set aside just for themselves. And we have a community of people who feel the same in the studio, and many people belong to that community. On the other hand, we also have people who come to us for one-day workshops, and they feel that community, they feel with other people who've joined them that they're actually getting outside of themselves and exploring something that they've never explored before. And yes, I know that there are some people who have the talent and apparently can just paint a painting without ever having had any lessons. But in my experience, having the right teacher, and I'm that teacher, can facilitate you finding out how you can explore things, how you can put your creativity onto a piece of paper. When people think that they are non-drawers, it's usually because they have an expectation that they need to be able to draw a whole still life, or a horse, or their house, or a portrait to make them a drawer. And my attitude to that is, give yourselves a break. Nobody expects you to pick up the violin and play even jingle bells on your violin before you've had some lessons, before you've screeched those strings and practiced and gone up and down with your scales. So I'm not quite sure why it is with drawing or artistic endeavours that we feel we either can't do it because we can't do it perfectly, or we're born being able to do it perfectly. Well, I'm here to tell you that very, very few people can do it perfectly. And what's the definition of perfect anyway? From my point of view, if you have the interest to do it, that is the most important part. If you take pleasure in the process of drawing, of painting, whatever it is, in something creative, including playing the piano or something musical, if that's your bag, if you are taking pleasure in that process, that's the most important thing. That's when we produce the magic. That's when we find the magic in ourselves. So when we let go of, I'm not allowed to do it wrong, or my parents always told me it was wrong, or I had a teacher in school who told me not to take up art and to go and work as a secretary. I'm there to help those people, and the rest of you too, to discover what it's all about, to discover that pleasure, to facilitate that pleasure. Along the way, I will also teach you methods so that your work improves, so that you get some sort of excitement out of it, so that you do finally, eventually, sometimes end up with those pictures that you want to end up with, the ones that you will put in a frame and surprise yourself with. But unless you're enjoying the process, you won't get there. So to have the learning and the enjoyment in place is enough, should be enough. And even when we explore the great artists of our time, we can see some of their explorations in their own creativity, see some of their work that doesn't usually get displayed. So not everyone's a genius, even the geniuses. So I welcome you to the studio. Come and see what it's all about. Take a day's workshop, take a course, take a day's workshop, then take a course. It's all here for you to explore, and I'm looking forward to meeting you.